Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Multi-Tap. I am Jamie.
And I'm John.
And today we are going to be continuing onwards with some more Banjo-Kazooie. Now, if you recall in the last part, we actually unlocked the next world of the game, Bubble Gloop Swamp, after clearing, well, before clearing this level, actually, I think. And, considering we hit a switch in this level, it's time to go and get the Jiggy from that said switch.
I feel like we've been here before.
Yeah. Do you want to tell a story about that, John, or shall I?
I'd love to.
Okay, go right ahead. Inform the viewers.
It was a cold, dark, wintry day. Somewhere in this country. And, yeah. Not much to report, really.
Good job. Good job. Jesus, you had one job, John.
I don't know where I was going, really. But yeah, basically we've been here before. We completed this level and several others. And what happened? We discovered that the audio didn't actually record.
Yes. Basically, we did the entire, like, I think about 2 to 4 hours worth of gameplay. So we made it basically to just before the worst level in the game, and we found out the audio didn't work, so now we're redoing it again, because of bloody course it did in fact work.
So deja vu all over.
I think we've been to this place before. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know the words.
Oh Lord, Gruntilda again.
Brentilda. Get it right.
Is that? Who's
scrub.
Gruntilda?
Gruntilda's the villain. Brentilda's
Oh.
this one. So, because I had to basically effectively replay the whole game up until this point, all of these have changed. So, I have to go through each and every one of these again before the final boss, which I'm not going to show you guys, but for the sake of continuation. My lazy
I'm still
sister
not sure why.
often sleeps in a dumpster. The dirty hag. The only thing she's ever won was the biggest butt competition. At which school? She often boasts of appearing on the cover of Fat Hag Monthly, polishing her crystal ball.
You know, those actually sound familiar. You shouldn't look the same ones.
They are different. It goes through sets, but there's usually like 4. So for every individual, what's the word? Every individual factoid, I think there's 4 possible things. So you know the text that was all squiggly in that line?
Right.
That's the text that changes based on what playthrough you're on.
No, fair
So
enough.
the majority of it will be the same. It's just a tiny bit will be different. And the thing is, a tiny bit's gonna be all the difference. Yeah.
So you say. Well, yeah, that has yet to be revealed. Why?
And I'm not spoiling why. You
To
will,
Google.
You will soon see. No. No Google. No Google. Alright, you will
Ask Jeeves.
eventually- Don't ask Jeeves either. Don't do.
Yahoo.
No, not even Yahoo. And don't you dare go to AOL search.
AskMe.com.
Oh god, I feel old because that's a thing. Anyway, welcome ladies and gentlemen to Bubble Gloop Swamp, a swamp level, and it's actually a really fun one. Of course, right from the get-go, if we go behind, we have these, a brand new power-up, the Wading Boots.
I forgot you got to tell the viewers everything again.
Yeah, so
Although we didn't hear you the first time, so.
So you gotta sort of sit down and bear with my instruction again, John.
Ah, 'cause you're playing a bear? Ah.
Ah,
Hey.
these
So it
guys.
begins.
Oh. Alright, let's just feed this golden thing. So, you have these golden crocs throughout the course of this swamp. Basically, you feed them eggs, they teleport around a bit. They teleport. Oh my god.
They tell her to toodle. They toodle. What?
They teleport around the place, and you have
Do
to
they?
go and hunt them down and show them what for and feed them their eggs because they're growing children and they need to have their just foods. Otherwise, they won't grow big and strong.
You didn't explain that before.
Well, you know, I have to change things up to make myself not being bored.
I know, but I didn't even know that before, so.
Well, it's all bullshit. That's why I just made it up for the sake of flavor.
Oh, did you?
Yes. Oh my god, these
Well, now you
bloody
just know
frogs.
a liar.
These frogs are a pain in the ass. So anyway, those wading boots we unlocked, we're not going to really make much use of them at all in this world, but we had to unlock them in this world because we are going to be using them a great deal later on.
I think I missed a skull.
I'm getting it later. I'll be getting to that once we get the transformation of this level, which...
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because there is a transformation in this level, folks.
The snake.
No. Snake? I don't think you play as a snake in any of the Banjo games, do you?
Shh, gotta keep the viewers on their toes.
Unless you do in, like, Banjo, the Game Boy Advance game that I can barely remember, but that's beside the point. Anyway, so this section by here looks kind of simple, right?
Kinda.
It's pain in the arse in the N64 version because of, it's kind of weird for me to explain this because I don't know if I've said this before in the sessions
Probably.
on YouTube.
I'll let you know.
Alright, well, basically, the analog stick on the Nintendo 64 is utter tripe, and it has not aged very well. So as time goes on, these sections actually get harder and harder to do on an N64 controller because they're very imprecise. And it is a controller issue, not so much a game issue, you know? Because as you can tell, I am perfectly flawlessly running through this with an Xbox pad, so...
Proceeds to fall off.
I probably will at some point. I mean, I've made my share mistakes. Ah, it's a hut section. Alright,
He gets about, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I think they're actually different, because even though the eyes are a different colour. So I think they might be brothers or sisters or something.
Didn't actually notice that little detail.
Yeah, it's only such a slight minor one that really doesn't matter, and honestly, I don't know why they went to put that detail in, because I don't think most people care. But
Well, I wouldn't have noticed till you mentioned it, probably.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. Probably not, but you know, I think it's a thing.
It could be a secret.
That's not a secret.
You never know. Doom's just got, you know, thinged after 25 years.
Yeah, you got a fair point. Like, someone just, at the time of this recording, just found a secret in Doom ridiculous amount of times after the game came out, so... Well, Doom 2 specifically. But,
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing that just happened. So, oh, let's just break this egg. And this one. There we go, beautiful. Another
It's like a Russian doll.
It's a Russian egg, if you will.
Russian egg. If it is, hang on to it. Those things are worth a fortune.
You know what? I believe you. I really do believe you. Wait, are they Russian dolls? Or are they German? I always thought they were German.
No, Russian doll.
Oh, I always thought they were a German thing.
No, 100% Russian.
Wow, shit. Well, Germany, Russia, same thing.
Oh boy, shots fired.
It's close enough to each other on the map of Europe. Oh well, got a bit of an enemy gauntlet here, so let's deal with these bastards. And I hate these enemy type because, well, look at them. They're a nightmare. I used to be really good at getting these without getting hit, but it's kind of hard to get completely precise with this, you know?
I guess.
Because the best way to attack them is probably by using the rat-a-tat-tat.
Rat-tat-tat.
I don't know, whatever this move is, the jump in the air move. And it's still quite tricky to hit them with it, so...
The Beaker move.
Yeah, the Beaker move, the Beaker move.
Reminds me of the guy from the Muppets Beaker, it's like long neck.
Oh, yeah, another one. Me.
Me.
I love that guy, he's amazing. So yeah, that section's a little tricky, but, you know, all the enemies drop health, so no matter what, you're gonna get through it reasonably quick. Reasonably quick, I hope. Alright, let's go up to here, and let's not repeat the mistake I made in the last recording session that the users don't get to see, where I completely skipped one of the huts, because we need to destroy each and every one of these huts on this hilltop.
You were looking for it.
Yeah, it's like we got through the entire stage and it's like an extra 10 minutes going.
There's something missing.
Yeah, this is where we forgot something, but what? And we just forgot to delete one of these huts, so we also have a switch here. Let's push it. Ooh.
You just blow her hat off.
Yeah, that's how cool. See, that's how good we're playing this game right now, John. She can't believe it, so it blew her hat off. It's another way of doing rocking your socks off, I suppose. Oh, well, let's jump
Is he
over
gonna
here.
get it? Yes.
I've got it! There we go. And now the final one. I think it's... No, wait, no, that's not the final one. The final one's later.
I believe that.
You better believe it. There
Oh,
we
if
go.
we're gonna miss it.
If I went to run off again and miss it this time, I would just hope that you would just tell me. So
I was debating it, to be fair.
debating it, it's like, you know, I could make this playthrough a lot smoother. You know, make it so that we can get this done quickly. But no, I think I will watch him suffer. Yes, that's
always an
exactly
option.
what we'll do. We'll make him suffer. Oh well, this here's Tanktop. He's a friendly fellow, but his feet are cold. So let's help him by hitting him. God, that sounds painful. But
No surprise.
but he seems to like it. Maybe he's a masochist. Maybe he's all like, ooh, hit me harder.
We really need to have a talk later.
Yeah, it's not my fault. Blame the masochistic turtle. He's the one that likes it. I don't like that sort of stuff. It's I try to avoid pain every chance I get. Pain is bad, folks. Unless, of course, you like it. In that case, it's your own.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. You're right. Oh no.
How is this a thing?
What what?
Yeah, it's like a school inside of him, essentially.
Well, maybe it's kind of like how pelicans carry things in their beak. So instead
I
of
feel he'd know.
well, maybe he does know. Maybe right. The teacher there, right, who's Tip Top, his name is.
Alright.
Maybe he's rented this place out.
Rented it.
So he's gone up to the guy. He's like, "Okay, can I rent out your body for a few days?
Shell to rent?
Yeah, we gotta teach these kids how to music. So can I rent you? Because the acoustics in oh god, I punched my mic. The acoustics inside here are bellissimo. You know, even has a nice green spotlight built in. I mean, what's not to love? Anyways,
Well,
let's just go ahead and grab this. And you might have seen the honeycomb piece, and yeah, we're not getting that right away. We'll get that a bit later. Choir, please. The famous Tip Tap Choir will now perform my latest work. So this is Simon Says. So basically, red, blue, pink. Oh, yeah, pink. So yeah.
We'll see. Copy what you just heard for lesson 1.
Give me strength. Alright, so red, blue. I might need your help with the later one, just like with the first recording session, because it can be quite tricky, this.
I imagine.
Not too bad. Try lesson 2. Alright, so we have
First gonna be blue.
purple,
Oh no, it's purple.
yellow, pink, red,
Purple, yellow, pink, red.
yellow.
Purple,
So it's purple, yellow.
red, pink.
No. Red was after, wasn't it? So it's purple, yellow, pink, red, I think.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, so it's pink, red.
No, pink, red.
Then yellow again. There we go.
Sweet.
Alright, time for the final one.
Ah,
Oh god. Alright, purple, yellow, blue,
PYB,
purple,
P,
pink.
PYB,
yellow.
P. I lost it.
You completely ruined it for me, John. Why did you do such a thing?
I was trying out a new code.
Well, 2 things a piece. That doesn't help. Alright, purple,
P,
yellow.
purple, yellow. Purple, yellow, blue, purple.
pink.
Purple, yellow, blue, purple, pink.
Okay,
Purple, yellow, blue,
I've
purple,
lost it again.
pink. No, purple, yellow, blue, pink, purple,
Alright, so
purple, yellow, blue.
blue. No, it's not blue.
No, must have been pink.
No, it wasn't pink. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna go downstairs for a second. So, give me a sec.
Yep.
Okay, is this still... Yeah, this is still going. Okay, good.
Hopefully.
And we're back! So, apologies for
I
the
didn't know we
interruption.
left.
Yeah, that's how quick we were, John, you see?
Oh.
Alright, this time let's do this
Alright,
properly.
I'm taking the first 3, you do the rest. Purple, yellow, blue.
Purple, pink, yellow, pink. What? Okay.
Purple, yellow, blue.
I forgot mine.
Oh, sugar.
Wait, hold on, I think it was purple. yellow? No.
Pink.
Pink? Yeah. Then yellow? Purple?
Purple.
No. Blue?
No.
No, pink?
He's trying them all.
Hey, it was pink. There we go. Lost all our health, no worries though. We got a true masterpiece. It only took you like 8 attempts.
Hey, Jiggy.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that section, as you can tell.
Wait, is that a Jiggy?
Yeah, that is a Jiggy. No, it's a
Oh.
Pagey.
Oh, is it a page?
No, don't start that again. No, it's a Jiggy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure which one's which now.
One is a piece of paper, hence Pagey, and the other's a solid piece of gold for a jigsaw puzzle, hence Jiggy.
I always get them mixed up. I mean,
Oh,
2 different franchises, but you know.
goodness. Alright, let's grab ourselves some health before we move on, otherwise we're gonna be in some doo-doo. No, don't go
that's
no
handy.
further! Oh, I got it just in time.
You risked it all, almost lost it.
And in the end, it doesn't.
You're playing on the edge today.
I am. Fucking hell. Let's just get out of here before I do kill myself. Oh no.
Oh no.
Alright, where to next? Well, we've got the big crocodile head, so I guess this will be the next way to go. And I think... Actually, let's get these notes.
Is that alive?
No.
Alright then.
It would add some kind of reaction if it was alive. Plus, it'd be kind of cruel if that was alive, because it's just so stuck there in the ground. Like, look at that.
I guess. Probably a statue then.
Yeah, a very detailed statue. I was just there!
Oh.
Oh, alright, let's just explore these meat of stalks, and then I'll go back. I think these are meat anyway. I actually have no idea what this is meant to be. It
They
just
look like matches.
I don't know, it looks a bit too brown for matches. That's why I assume meat.
That would be a bad place to put a match. Like putting a match inside of a toxic waste factory and lighting it.
Well, who in their right mind would go in here and decide, hey, I fancy lighting up a cigarette? You know?
To be fair, there's no health and safety signs, so you know.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Someone might do it out of sheer stupidity.
Suddenly there was no swamp. Just a barren wasteland of fire.
And that is how the lava level was born.
And that's how forest fires start, kids.
What, in a swamp?
Well, I mean, of all places.
I mean, wouldn't it be kind of hard for a forest fire to... Because these places are meant to be hyper damp. That's kind of the point of them.
No, unless it's toxic waste.
Oh, even then, the waste is damp, isn't it? So I guess you could do... But then again, the surface is probably flammable, so it'll explode regardless. Oh, screw it. Let's just say it's a nuclear explosion. It's just... Oh, what happened? Was there a terrorist attack? No, someone lit a fag. No!
Oh boy.
Oh, this has been an interesting session already.
Why are you going back to the tortoise?
Because of the
Oh,
gold thing that
this
spawned over
crocky.
here. Yeah.
Who got the crocky?
I think it's called Croctus. I'm not actually sure.
I'll have you know it's called croctolitis.
That sounds like an illness.
Or a fear of crocodiles.
No, that would be a crocophobia or something.
Oh yeah, okay.
Croctolitis sounds like, I don't know, your face turns into a crocodile?
An octopus? What?
I don't know.
What?
My speech is not working today.
A croctopus. He's half man, half octopus, half crocodile.
Wait, half man, half octopus. That would make him. That would
the
make him
percentage
a
is a fact.
That would make him a were-topus.
A were-topus. What?
Well,
Coming from MGM this year, the wectopus. He whacks all of one done.
Oh, Jesus Christ on a crack.
I can't speak.
You can't speak! Have you seen what my ailment has been talking
Yeah, I
to me?
think you got crocodilitis.
Oh. Watch now, crocodilitis is actually a real, very serious
I'll check it, hold on.
illness.
Well, I was somber moment now.
I know, it's just like, after all that joking around, we find out, oh, it's like the most severe form of illness in the world.
Oh god! Wait, it's a thing?
It is a thing? I don't believe
Croc-
you.
Croctopus lichen is a
Okay.
lichen that grows on back.
What's a lichen?
It's like a fungus or something, I think.
Ah.
It grows on wood that has its bark stripped from it, and produces a saxulus lichenous that grows on rock.
What the fuck am I gonna name this part?
The croc I can't even say it now.
The croc.
The croc that like the special.
I just slam my face on a keyboard and whatever comes out, that's the title of the part. There we go. Because that's basically the amount, what our commentaries is at this point. Oh, goodness. Anyway, I completely rinsed off what we were doing there. That was a time challenge we just did while we were rambling, and it's easy. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Getting attacked by a butterfly.
That's a dragonfly! What kind
Dragonfly.
of butterflies have you been knocking?
I was close.
What? Honestly, close?
I failed science.
I'm not surprised.
No, actually, I passed. To be fair, but that wasn't.
Now
in
I'm
the
surprised.
exam.
How did you pass?
Well, we didn't take apart dragonflies.
Take apart? You just had to look at the things and say that's a dragonfly.
We got there.
Oh goodness.
Could be worse. Could be a moth.
You got a point there. Anyway,
Oh, that's adorable.
we got a brand new. Adorable. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. He can jump. Oh, it's adorable. Ah.
Tell you one thing.
What's that?
Now he's got crocolitis.
Oh, fuck off. Alright, moving on. Thanks to this new transformation, we can actually explore all of the swampy goodness that's around the area, which is why I avoided the wading boots, because I'd much rather do all this nonsense in one go. So
That'll be good for his health.
Why is it's a coctopus? Jesus.
A croctopus. We're making up species today.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
This has been an interesting playthrough part, I'll tell you that much.
Having a good waddle there.
Yeah. Whee!
I like the splash effect, like he waddles. Like.
Yeah. I love how jolly he
Cute.
sounds as well when he jumps. It's like... He sounds so
Aye.
happy!
Young little nipper.
Hi. Do we want to go in here first?
I thought it was a statue.
Yes, but remember, from last recording, we go inside the statue.
Oh, do we?
And this is where we fought Mr. Vile, the
I went
crocodile.
for his nose.
Yeah, we did go through its nose. Right, anyway, for this, folks, this is a challenge. It's a challenging challenge at that, where we need to basically eat the shit that comes out of the ground and avoid certain shit. So, John, are you ready for some rad commentary?
No, this will be rad. Let's get ready to rumble.
And let's get ready to rumble, folks, as we move on into the first challenge of the game. Now, for the big deal here, what we want to do is effectively push the X button just before we end up going near one of these grumbly things in order to gobble them all up. And the goal here is to essentially get more than the enemy, Mr. Vile here. Now, unfortunately, folks, Mr. Vile has a lot of rubber banding AI on him, so it is a very challenging challenge indeed. So we need to be on the ball and just make a beeline towards every one of these that pop up. And again, as I said before, we mash the X button just prematurely before we get to one of them. And with due diligence, we will eclipse his score. What do you reckon about this now, John?
Well, Jim Bob, it looks like a nice day on the pitch here. The action's coming in thick and fast. Well, little Croaky looks like he's pulling it back. Mr. Vile is way behind, but he's catching up slowly. Can he do it? No, he didn't.
That is victory. Round 1 goes to Mr. Greeny Banjo. However, there are 2 more rounds to accomplish, so now it's time for the harder round where he chucks in the yellow grumblies, which if you eat them, they're not ripe. They're not good for your stomach. So if you eat them, well, it's gonna be bad toilet days for you, as I so demonstrated like a fucking numpty. So moving onwards, John, what is your commentary status for this particular session of events that has unfolded towards us?
I don't know, Jim Bob. I'm just looking at the hot dogs the vendor's selling. But back to the game. Little Crocky's in the lead once again, but Mr. Vile pulls ahead. Oh, it's a neck and neck on the pitch, folks. Little Crocky's doing his best to keep in there, but I don't know if he can hold out. Mr. Vile is almost catching up. No, he's falling behind. Well, that's something we didn't expect.
I don't know
Back
about
to
you
you,
though,
Jim
John.
Bob.
I completely expected that to be the turn of events. However, we do need to be careful because he is a sneaky devil. This Mr. Vile is faster than Mr. Greeny. So Mr. Greeny is at a stats disadvantage. So, unfortunately, he needs to be on the ball and make a beeline and be mega smart about all of the grumblies he goes to eat and try and prioritize his path perfectly. But with that, he is victorious yet again. And with that, we have one last round, where now we need to eat only what is shown at the top of the screen. What is your judgment here?
Well, I don't know, Jim Bob. Anubis just ran onto the pitch.
Oh no, not again! This is the 5th one this week. God damn it, Jim! I told the Mr. Man and the bloody thing.
The Mr. Man?
Yeah, the Mr. Man in the bloody security office would be all like, yo, don't be allowing this. This shit is not good, son. Think of the children. For goodness sake, won't somebody please think of the children?
I think he was, Jim Bob.
Well, let's not read into that anymore, shall we? Because this is going south really
Back
quick.
to the game.
Yeah, this looks like Mr. Vile is way ahead of Mr. Greeny, but fortunately Mr. Greeny got himself into a bit of a lucky spot here where he's able to mass up a huge chunk of points. Fortunately, this is gonna, actually not fortunately, this is the exact opposite. Unfortunately, this is the polar opposite. This is a very neck and neck game, folks, where hopefully Mr. Greeny can succeed, but oh no, it looks like Mr. Greeny has failed by 1 point.
Well, it looks like it's back to the drawing board for Crocky.
No worries, I believe Mr. Greeny can actually just repeat the exact same mission again. So we have enough tries to accomplish this until Mr. Greeny runs out of health, because the loser gets unfortunately chomped and loses 1 hit point. So we just need to be a bit on the ball here. And my general advice by here, this one, folks, is to not go in the direction he's going, because again, he's faster than you, and try to stay back towards the front of the screen so you have a wider angle on the battlefield so you know exactly where it is better to run towards in order to find these cretinous creatures that are invading our space for these points. I was really expecting you to interject then, because I still have my phone on
I was just munching on my hot dog. Sorry there, Jim Bob. But yes, little Crocky is back in the game with Mr. Vile hot in his tail. But I don't know he can do it. There's a white van just pulled up outside. Oh no, back to the game.
There's a white van that pulled over. What's that got to do with anything, John? My God.
I don't know.
What are they paying you for on this here commentary
It's
thing?
a domestic specialist services, so it caught my eye, Jim Bob.
I believe that, but it looks like Mr. Greeny is now successful with a whole 2 points ahead, Mr. Vile. And of course, with that, now Mr. Vile's basically, he will offer us a secondary challenge if we go up to him, which we're not doing. But you might see these by here, these running boots.
Those boots were made for walking.
Well, no, they're made for running, John. Hence the name, running boots. Like the speed-up shoes in Sonic. So, this minigame can be a little bit easier if you get these, but you don't get these until a later level. So you do have the option of backtracking to do this mission and making it a bit easier later down the line. I don't like doing that, so we're not doing that. No, piss off, Mr. Vile. I don't want to touch your new challenge. All you do is get extra lives, which is completely not necessary. Yeah, it's pointless. Because if you get a game over, then it's just a matter of it's just a thing, you know. If you the words, I can't speak. I chose the wrong profession. All right, let's move out of here.
Okay.
And unfortunately, John, we have a bit of a problem again.
What problem is that?
We're missing a Jiggy again.
I knew it.
I just don't know which one it is this time. So,
oh no.
Oh no.
Definitely deja vu.
Yeah, it's a deja vu. I think I've been in this place before. Da na 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 na. I really need to learn.
Well, there's a skull you missed.
Well, yes, there is a skull. And this
missed it again.
I know what the Jiggy is. It's the Jinjo, so we just need to find the final Jinjo. So there we go. I solved it! I've cracked the case!
Sure.
And I think I know where the last one is, so never mind, we're good. We're basically 100% done this level. Though that said, I did make a massive goof.
Again?
Yeah. This isn't too big a deal, I'll cut the goof out. But basically, after we're done with this level, there's a hidden alcove we're meant to go to, which enables us to unlock both the next world. Oh, there's a token there, I almost missed that.
You mean a skull?
Yeah, that's right, it's a token though.
It's a skull.
It's a token. The skull is a
Skull
token.
token.
Yes, there you go, skull token.
Token of skull.
Ah. But yeah, the next world we're going to, the entranceway to the picture, we can get to it, to unlock it. But behind there is an alternate entrance, and I need to get to that as Banjo-Kazooie beforehand.
I think I say alternate universe.
So basically I need to go... Yeah, alternate universe. Let's talk about parallel universes, shall we?
No, we've done that too many times in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, God.
Interesting subject, though.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you have to, you know, increase your speed for up to over 20 hours in order to go to a parallel universe to teleport to a different location. Fucking hell.
Or in the case of, is it Mario, you have to press and hold a half button press on in a controller.
Yes, that's true. That is true. If anyone
Paradigm.
doesn't know what we're talking about, just Google, not Google, YouTube Mario and half of A button press. You'll see.
That's a thing. There's science behind it.
There is science behind it, and it scares me how much detail someone puts into this sort of thing. But alas.
Taking the time getting to that piece, isn't it?
I want my health, goddammit. So let's just check our totals in this level quickly.
Bubble Gloop Swamp.
Alright, we're missing 5 notes. Where the fuck are they?
I see a honeycomb.
There you go, found them.
I think I did this last time, to be fair.
This level's a tricky one. This is probably one of those levels that I always go to when I'm always like... I always miss something in, you know? All the other levels, I'm fine with, but this one, for some reason, eludes. I think it's because it's kind of maze-like, maybe. Although I say that, but the final level, I can sometimes lose things in, and you'll understand why, John, when we get to it. I don't want to spoil it, but you will understand why. So yeah.